Hey guys, so God showed me something early this morning. It was probably like around like 5ish, 4ish, 5ish. This is the other message, but he wants you guys to really just take heed. Okay, so there's someone that's around you is like a very negative person. This is totally different from the message I posted yesterday, where it said when you find someone around you and they love you, they listen to you, they're there for you, cherish people like that, right? But this is the complete opposite. There's someone around you that's always negative. It's like they always complain about things, they're always negative, and it's kind of like you'll be in a good, like I just put out a video about protecting your peace and being happy. Some people, because they're not protecting their own peace, and because they're so quick to anger, like God, it talks about this in Proverbs, to stay away from man that is quick to anger, because that can be contagious and that can fall upon you. Okay, it's the same concept with like someone that's always negative, that's always complaining. It's kind of like no matter what you do to uplift their spirit, or whatever you say to them to try to uplift their spirit, they're still always complaining, and it kind of drains you. It drains you. You guys ever been around people like that, where like it's like you're in a good mood and then you're around someone that's not in a good mood, and you try to uplift their mood, and then they just, the whole day they're complaining, the whole day they're pissed off, and it kind of just drains your energy. It's kind of like now you're drained. It's kind of like their mood affected you, right? You have to, it's like it's like their mood affected you. It's like now you're not even happy anymore. It felt like someone completely just sucked the life out of you and just took all that happiness out of you. Now you're kind of sad. It's like now you leave that person, you go home, and you're going home with that same feeling. You go in your home, now you're snapping at your kids, or now you're in a bad mood, and when you originally left your home to go hang out with this person, it's like you were in a good mood, right? So God wants you guys to be cautious around people like that, because sometimes they intentionally do it. Like I put in the other video, they don't want to see you happy. They may intentionally do this because they don't want to see you happy. Your happiness may trigger them. You smiling may trigger them. Do you get what I'm saying? And sometimes what happens is they stay in this type of funky mood to kind of make that mood transfer over to you, and now you're carrying that mood, right? So it's kind of like, it's kind of like whatever demons they're fighting, it's like those demons are trying to attach themselves to you. So don't let people like this shift your mood and shift the way that you feel. Okay, if you're feeling happy and someone around you is completely angry, complaining, if you try to uplift them and pray for them and stuff like that, and they're still doing it, sometimes you just have to protect yourself, and you got to remove yourself from people like that. Okay, I know we've all had something like that. Even in families, we've always had someone that would just always be negative and angry, and sometimes we just have to leave the environment and go into a peaceful place. Okay, if you live with a person, get out the house. When they're at the house, get out the house and go somewhere that's gonna be peaceful. You know what I mean? Go pray, go outside and walk. Nature always helps. Be around trees, be around water, be in the gardens where there's flowers, things that are gonna uplift you, where there's animals and squirrels and birds, and you feel the breeze and you feel God's beautiful creation. Sometimes you just have to take yourself away from environments like that where there's a lot of negative people. I know some people have families like that, where everyone in the family just always gossips, complains, and it's you have to be careful. Even answering phone calls where people just gossip all day, that's draining. When you listen to gossip all day, we've all had family members like that, where we call someone and every time we call them, all they do is gossip, and we be in an okay mood. As soon as we get off the phone with them, we're completely drained. Like, you got to be careful of stuff like that, okay? Because that's not a good spirit that some of these people have in them. It's not a good spirit, and that spirit, what it does is it feeds off your happiness, it feeds off of you, and then leaves you drained. So you have to know when that's happening, and you got to take responsibility to protect your peace. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He said know what's right. That, I don't know why he said that, but yeah, obviously for this, right? But yeah, know what's right. You got to know what's right. Okay, you got to know what's right and just protect your peace. That's how you protect your peace. Even when my kids are, my son gets angry sometimes, and I try to help him, and if he's not willing to change his mood, I just give him his space. Like, I leave and give him his space, and I notice that when I pull away, he comes back to like he's okay now. He's happy again. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just have to give people their space if they're in this, okay, if they're doing this. If they consistently do it, you got to reiterate whether it's someone you should keep in your life, okay? Because that can really affect you, okay? I love you guys. Bye.